Hey guys, this is our coach. This is Coach Spyhalski here at Cosens Martial Arts. This is virtual lesson number 18 for our teens and adults. Okay, so we're going to get ourselves warmed up. All right, we're going to do some legs across with straight legs. Okay, so we're going to lay down for this one. You're going to need a little bit of room. And what's going to happen is put your arms out beside you. You're going to have a straight leg. You're going to bring it across. Try and keep your your shoulders and your hands down if you can, to try and touch your foot across. This is a nice little warm-up stretch. Okay, it's gonna warm up your lower back. I wanna swing these across. Okay, you can feel it in your sides too. It's a great way to get yourselves warmed up. Okay, give you a different angle from here. Boom, boom. Okay, so do about 30 seconds of that. That's gonna help get your core warmed up and your legs warmed up, okay? But I don't think it does necessarily the greatest job of warming up your legs, so I'm going to move on with a leg raise with a split, okay? So, all we're going to do with this, we're going to lay down again. This time, you're going to take your feet, pick them up about 6 inches to a foot. You're going to pick them up and down, then out and in, okay? Up and down, out and in. Up and down, out and in, okay? From a different angle, right from here, feet are up and down, out and in, up and down, out and in, okay? So spend about 30 seconds doing that. You're gonna really feel it, especially on your adductors, although it does warm up the hamstrings and quadriceps as well, okay? Last thing we're gonna do, we have a little fun with the kids with this one. I think it's a great way to warm up though. We call it the crazy crab, okay? So if you get in a crab walk position right here, okay? You're gonna kick one foot out, and when you do that, you're going to take the opposite side hand, reach across and touch your shoulder. Okay, so I'm in my crab position. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, different angle right here. From crab walk position, I kick one leg out, the opposite hand comes across. Okay? Okay, you're going to feel your arms are going to warm up with this, and your chest is going to warm up really well also. Okay? All right, so we're going to move on to our techniques for today. We are going to work on push kicks, and then we're going to work on a couple elbows too. All right? So, starting off with our push kicks. Okay? A push kick is used not necessarily to cause damage, but to get somebody away from you. Okay? So, we're going to work on a front push kick, which means I'm going to actually use my back leg for this. I'm going to bring it up, chamber my knee. From this position, my foot wants to come up flat, okay? I'm not trying to strike something, I am trying to push it, okay? So somebody's coming at me, I'm going to come up and push them away. Now, with this push kick, it's very important that I get that good pushing motion in there, okay? Nice solid base with this, so there's a little bit of a lean forward. If you are leaning back trying to throw this push kick, you'll just end up getting pushed down. You need to be able to drive forward. So it's important you keep your momentum moving forward when you throw this push kick, okay? So, once again, knee comes up, foot comes out, and I drive the knee outward to drive the foot forward. Nice and flat with the whole foot, okay? All right, now, next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna go over some elbows, okay? I'm gonna go over an upward elbow and a front elbow today. So, starting with the upward elbow, actually before I even start with that, I should probably talk about the basics of an elbow, okay? So, most important thing we can do is make sure we have a nice bladed hand when we throw our elbow, okay? That hand should be bladed because what that does is it exposes this bone here. If I make a fist, my muscles in my forearm tense up, and that makes this soft. It gives it a degree of cushion. That muscle puffs up. I don't want the muscle puffed up. I want to be able to hit with my bone, because that's a lot harder, okay? So, I have a nice bladed hand. I'm going to bring this across, and when I do, I stop it in front of my chest. If I go over my shoulder, my elbow comes out and then comes back. I don't want my elbow coming back. I need it to come across, okay? So, in order to make up any extra distance, because I'll probably end up getting stuck here, I need to turn my hips. It's very important that our hips go into every motion that we do. When we throw our hips into it, the rest of our body allows the mass to get behind it. Okay? So, if I simply stop it here, there's nothing behind that elbow. it doesn't do much. I need to put my hips into that. Drive the elbow across. Okay? So, to get a better look at that from here, this comes across. I turn that hip as I drive my shoulder over. Okay? Other side, so we can see this dynamic here. This comes across here from the front. This comes across, you can see the hand is in front here, and I turn my hips with it. Okay, so that is our front elbow that comes around. Our upward elbow right here operates on the same principles, making sure I have a flat hand. I want to drive that hip forward when I do it, but the elbow doesn't come across here. I'm not trying to hit the side of somebody's head, I'm trying to hit underneath the chin. So this is going to come up, and I'm going to kind of like almost comb my hair, but I want to keep it next to my head. If it gets too close, I'll end up smashing myself with my fingers. That's not good. Bring it right up here. Again, drive those hips into that motion, okay? So right from here, I want to drive my hip in as I bring that elbow up, okay? This works really well if you have somebody who can hold the pad for you and they hold it nice and flat out in front of them. That way your elbow comes up underneath, okay? So that's working on some elbows and some push kicks for today. Those are our techniques. And now we're gonna move on to the final part, some conditioning, okay? So for some conditioning, I had a little bit of inspiration. Coach Cosens sent me a video of a really great endurance workout. So between that, I combined it a little bit with some Tabata. If you're not familiar with what Tabata is, it is basically a way of extending the ability for you to go a longer period of time by allowing your body to recover during the exercise that you are doing, as opposed to resting like cardio gives you. Cardio makes it so you can just go longer. Well, Tabata makes it so that you can go longer, not because you can go longer, but because your body is consistently recovering the entire time while you are exercising. Okay? Basically it boils down to, one has to do with your body being able to process oxygen for longer. The other involves your body being able to process without the need for more oxygen necessarily. Okay, so for this conditioning, we're going to do 20 seconds on and 10 seconds of rest. And we're going to do this 3 times through, okay? So we're going to do 3 exercises in this, all right? So during that 10 seconds, you're going to need to switch to the next exercise because we're going to go 3 times through. Very first one is a push-up with a sit-through, okay? So right from here, we're going to do a push-up. Then we come up and sit through. Go to the other side, push-up, sit through, okay? We're going to do that for 20 seconds. Then we're going to move on to elevated legs with a trunk twist. So to give you an idea of what that looks like, from the front, I'm going to have my legs up, and I'm going to have my hands right here in front of me. And I'm going to twist side to side, okay? It's a great ab workout, all right? Last one we're going to do is just a jump lunge. So we have to stand back up for this one. You're going to start with one leg forward, one back. You're going to want to have your hands in the opposite position because it's going to help you offset, okay? With that lunge, I want to dip down just a little bit with my knee between each one, okay? So we're going to do 20 seconds on, 10 seconds rest. I want you guys to do this 3 times through. I'm going to give you just an example of one run through, okay? And if you really want to challenge yourself, once you're done with those 3 times through, okay, give yourself a minute rest. Try and do it again, okay? This will give you a really awesome idea of the kind of progress that you're making, and it'll give you an idea of how much endurance you really truly have, okay? It is a very humbling experience from somebody who has done an entire Tabata workout for a whole half an hour. Very humbling experience, and if you have what it takes to get through that multiple times, trust me, you will feel the results, okay? So, we're gonna do 20 seconds on, 10 seconds rest. I'm gonna give myself 5 seconds here, so I got a clock to work with. Okay? Ready? Set. Go. Sit through. Push up. Sit through. 5 seconds. Good, okay? 10 seconds rest, set up for the next one. And go. Some people use like a kettlebell or something in their hands for a weight. If you have something like that and want to push yourself, go ahead. 5 seconds. Time. Okay, moving on to our jump lunges. Ready? Go. Five seconds. Nice work, okay? 10 seconds. Repeat that whole thing 3 times, okay? Give yourself a minute rest. Try it again. You're gonna get tired. It's okay. Keep pushing through it, all right? All right, so fantastic work today, guys, okay? I hope you're having fun with our virtual lessons and being able to push yourself, getting some good exercise. So, until I see you next time, take care of each other and yourselves.